Hello and welcome to a new edition of Designed for the Times. I'm your host, Richard Christopher Scuderi. Very happy in studio to have someone who's a repeat guest. Actually, my first repeat guest with a wealth of knowledge. I often say that he's my lighting guru, and his name is Bruce Brodack, and he is with Flemington Fan and Lighting. Welcome again, Bruce. Welcome back.
Hello, Richard.
Welcome back.
Nice to be back.
One of the reasons that I wanted to have you back is I see something trending in a way I haven't seen trend in a long time. And that is lighting is becoming really a focal point of design, I think more so than it ever has. Now, one of the things that I get is a wealth of knowledge from you because I have a little bit of space in your Flemington Fan and Lighting in Ringo's, New Jersey. So I know that recently a birdie told me that you went down to Dallas and you went to the lighting show. And one of the things that happens when you go to a lighting show is, right, you see the best of everything. You see what's trending, you see what's going to be in style that's just coming out. So I really wanted to rack your brain today to what you saw. I know you brought back some gorgeous things. There's some gorgeous things in the store.
Thank you.
And then later in the broadcast we shot today, Connor came out, Connor, my producer, and he shot some stuff, and we're going to take a look at that. So, but tell me when you went down to Dallas, like this lighting show, how often does it happen?
It's a lighting market, and it's open to the world.
Okay.
Designers.
Oh, you don't have to be in the trade to go.
Should be in a trade to go.
Right.
You need some affiliation with lighting
trade
or design.
Sure.
And you need passes to get in. Mm-hmm. It's not open to the public,
sure,
but it is open to the trade.
I get
at all levels.
And they do it twice a year in Dallas.
They do it twice a year, but there's also lighting shows in Atlanta. One of the biggest, though, is the Dallas market.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So where in Dallas is it done? Is there sort of a design center down
It's
there?
at the World Trade Center.
The World Trade Center, that big building.
Huge building, multi-levels, and adjoining buildings are also filled with design features and companies and different layers of the decorating industry.
How long of a time period is it? 2 days, 3 days?
3 to 4 days.
Wow.
Reps and companies have meetings a couple of days prior to it, and then the show goes.
So there must be tremendous
Wednesday
square
to
footage.
Saturday, Sunday. I'm sorry.
No. There must be tremendous square footage of lighting in this place. It must just be overwhelming.
It's an amazing array of lighting from all over the country, all over the world.
Right?
Most manufacturers do show at that show. Mm-hmm. They have showrooms ranging from 15 to 20,000 square feet apiece.
Wow.
To smaller ones, but most are very, very, very large and packed with new product. And that's where designers and decorators and buyers go and choose lighting for their showrooms.
And they get an inspiration. I think it's very important, both you owning a wonderful upscale lighting store and myself as a designer, to be like 3 steps ahead, right? So because people are paying us or giving us their business because they want us to know what's going to be the front end of things. Mm-hmm. And going to a show like that certainly does that. Makes you better, and also makes
it's the leading edge of design. And it's ahead of the curve, actually.
Now, how do you navigate a show that's that big? Do you have sort of a set point? Do you say, oh, I know this company, Dwell, we'll talk about some of the companies that you like, and you go to those booths first? Or how do you navigate it? Do you sort of say, this is the entry, I'm going to walk around, take notes? Do you start to just look for things? How do you navigate a show that big?
Well, I do a combination of both, Rich. I have companies that I deal with.
Do you have relationships?
Relationships that we utilize on a daily basis.
Right.
There are companies that we know are leading edge in design and quality. And what we do is we try to focus on them first. However, there's always trends and there's always new companies and new products that are out there that we do want to look at, be aware of, and perhaps purchase.
Sure.
If the design is correct and the quality of the product is such that it warrants a purchase.
Now, do European companies participate in this? And then I wonder, because of the difference in the electric, do they have some sort of a conversion or an American version of something from Europe or Italy?
Yes.
In particular,
when they're imported, they're they're 110 for the most part. A lot of product today is LED, and they're coming through with drivers and the correct apparatus for the U.S. marketplace.
So you don't have to do any sort of a conversion.
No conversion. However, if you're overseas and you buy something, then it's going to be 220, and then it has to be converted here, which is really a painstaking procedure.
The reason I say that is you have some pieces of that Murano glass, some of those beautiful Italian pieces, and I wonder how that transcends when you purchase things over there.
When they're purchased overseas, they're 220. You either convert them there or here. When I had my showroom in London, everything was 220.
Wow.
And when I brought fans over to the European marketplace, they were all 220s.
Bruce, your story has many layers. You have a lot. Every time I think I know about you, you're a pilot, store in Europe, it just keeps coming through. New life experiences, or life experiences that you're revealing to us, so that's kind of neat.
Well, thank you, Rich.
So I want to just talk a little bit about trends, and then we have wonderful footage. Connor shot beautiful footage in your store in Ringo's, and we'll take a look at some of the pieces. What did you see trending this year? What's new?
A lot of LED open fixtures. As you said earlier, lighting is a focal point anymore. It's an art piece. It's the centerpiece, and it makes such a strong statement in your environment. It's least expensive of your environmental purchases.
Sure.
And what I've found was. Fixtures are coming through that are larger than usual, or that what we think of as a light fixture. For example, pendants and fixtures over an island are tending to be a little more wide, a little more depth, and impacting more the center of the kitchen.
That's very truthful, because they're more of a statement now than they were. They were more task lighting in a way in the beginning.
Correct.
But they've become more the design. And I think one of the reasons that is that things are becoming very clean, less accessories, less color, less everything, right? Most kitchens now new kitchens are white and gray. Bathrooms are white and gray. Simple, open spaces, not a lot of clutter. So you need some sort of a driver for design.
Correct.
And that's why I think the lighting is becoming the driver, right?
Right.
And I think that's why lighting is so critical.
Yes, that's correct. Less heaviness, more geometric shapes.
Lots of geometric,
squares, rectangles, stars. As a matter of fact, the Moravian star that once was is now popular again, either with glass or without. I find a lot of fixtures are coming without glass.
Without glass,
so less maintenance, more whimsical, if you will.
And industrial, right? A lot of industrial.
Kind of industrial, yes, yes.
Yeah.
In various finishes.
Sure, lots of different colors.
So we do contrasting. We also do like finishes. So white, you could use grays, you could use greige, you could use brushed nickel or chrome.
One of your vendors had a dark graphite gray, and for pendants that I like. Boy, was that nice, right?
Absolutely, it was a Hinckley piece, as a matter of fact. Excellent piece, and
Beautiful.
they called it greige. As a matter of fact, that particular piece was utilized with a brushed nickel offset.
Right.
They also make that with a new classic brass offset.
Right.
So it really highlights both finishes.
You know, it's funny, and we're going to go because we have a lot of footage to take a look at. But I try to talk people into gold, and they are terrified of gold. Do you find that too?
I do.
It's so modern. It's the most modern. Look at Architectural Digest this month.
The new brass, the summer brass, the summer gold.
Right.
It's a flat, nice,
Different.
very warm.
It's not 80s brass, people.
No.
It's sophisticated.
No, it's not in your face brass.
No. And when you pair it with these matte blacks, it's its own really classy look, right?
Beautiful look. I just did a piece for a couple up in Lebanon, New Jersey, and it was a large piece, and it was the centerpiece of their living room.
Sure.
And it was the new classic brass and black.
Love it.
And the contrast was amazing.
Amazing. All right, let's take a look at some footage, Connor. If we could roll some footage of the store, which was done today at Flemington Fan and Lighting in Ringo's.
1 second, I'm just going to fix your mic.
My mic?
Yeah. It's just like
Okay.
drooping down over here.
I didn't even feel that happen.
Here.
Okay.
I didn't see it either.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So now we're going to go to the videotape, as it were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you could edit what you just did, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so it's just gonna cut straight to the physical. I'm gonna add an extra.
So you're gonna look this way. You're gonna look this way, and I'm not gonna look at you at this point because I'm gonna look at the monitor. No,
Can I-
don't
can I
move.
move?
Do it with your
Don't
head.
move.
Yeah, because you're centered. If you look at your screen right now, your face is centered in the shot by where the
If I move right, it
what?
Remember how to set this to? All
I don't. She's gone.
right. Hold on 1 second.
No, flip it.
It's all right.
Is it the bottom?
Um.
I think it might be that.
Yep. There we go. So.
doesn't it look like I'm looking to the right?
Yeah.
Di-
That's how it's.
District.
looks on the
You're
bottom.
exactly where you need to be.
All right.
This. You got to produce. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
I'm going to take off. We're going to take a look at some footage.
Yep.
Okay. Countdown. Okay. So we're going to take a look at some footage. Connor shot some footage early this afternoon at your store. So let's put up some images and take a look at some of the things that are in your store, some of the things that I think are trending and really great. If you're looking to make a change in your home, again, I think lighting can be transformative and really make a space look newer. You know, a little bit of paint and a light fixture, and you've transformed your space. You can keep the furniture you have, just simplify and create something that's a statement piece. I think some of the areas that are great for a statement piece was, I would say, number one would be a foyer, right? A foyer piece.
Foyer is
might
an
be-
impact piece. Yes,
Sure.
yes, correct.
Okay, so I'm seeing it only on this monitor. So tell me a little bit about these pieces that look almost like curls. What
These
are
are
those?
called ribbons, Richard, and they're kind of modern. The light's embedded. You get a tremendous amount of light off of it. A lot of reflection,
I was going to say a lot of reflective light.
a lot of reflective light.
Now
And
tell me about this. That's
that
amazing.
that is one of the most beautiful pieces
Is that crystals?
that I found in Dallas at the latest show. It
Amazing.
is crystals. There are LEDs both above and below,
Uh-huh.
and
Now there's my sort of Sputnik-ish one. I like that also.
that's adjustable, and it's a cast brass.
Brass and some black, no?
Adjustable, yeah, but cast brass, summer gold, and black.
Love that summer
The knuckles
gold.
are adjustable, and it's a very durable, flexible piece.
And again, the bulb is sort of highlighted as part of the design.
It is. It
Very
is.
like 1950s, right?
It's actually
Mid-century.
it's like mid 1910, 1920. They're early electric bulbs.
Now that's gorgeous. That reminds me of being at Lincoln Center and these beautiful
That is a
fixtures.
sculptured piece from Frederick Raymond. It very, very, very gorgeous.
Where would you
Crystal-
use that, Bruce? A foyer maybe, because it's such a
That-
grand piece?
That comes in various sizes, and one of which is a foyer piece. And they're actual block crystals at the
The tips.
tips of them.
Lovely.
Beautiful, beautiful piece. And again, the gold that you spoke of and you
Sure.
speak of, and
But looks just very
current today.
modern. Now this looks like a big linear piece.
it's a linear sculpture. Comes in different finishes.
Wow.
And people use it over islands or over elongated tables.
I would say besides an island, that would make a good, if you have a formal dining room slightly on the contemporary side, that would be nice. Now there's a lovely piece. See, crystal's back, but kind of reinvented, huh?
Crystals and the ribbons again that
Yeah.
we first saw
Yeah, ribbons seem to be a theme.
with crystal. Yep.
Wow.
Crystal
Very
is back.
reflective, huh?
Yep.
Now
Another
look at the gold.
the gold again. Yes.
Amazing.
Yep.
Actually, the gold and the crystal are kind of nice. They sort of complement each other a
They
little
do.
bit.
They do.
So I
And
think also you're seeing mixed finishes, huh?
multiple mixed finishes.
Right.
And you'll see. I believe you've pictured some of the multiple fixtures.
Well, even this, the center sort of looks like it's chrome, and then it's mixed with a different sheen on the curls.
Again,
And then
it's the ribbon again.
Right, with the crystals. That's, again, a contemporary dining room, I see, definitely. That's a dining room piece. A little formality to that.
You could see the crystal
Okay,
droplets.
right.
Again, that's back to the Sputnik piece.
Well, Bruce, some of these pieces are taking my breath away. Let's take a look at some new stuff there. Those are those beautiful spheres, those beautiful round pieces, which I really love for a foyer. Don't you think that that sort of round image, what basically is a home, it's a series of rectangular boxes. Adding something that's round to the mix, I really think makes a big difference. And I see those beautiful spheres there.
Yeah, orbs are very, very attractive and very, very in. Open orbs create size because they have dimensional qualities, both width and height.
And then you have a classic bell jar still mixed in.
Bell jars are still very,
I
very,
love
very
all
popular.
the linear pieces there, and sort of a caged look. I love that sort of caged look. Very industrial.
There it is again.
And more of a square. That would be nice for a foyer, don't you think?
It's
that
a
piece?
nice. It's a nice
That's a
foyer,
semi-flush now?
semi-flush piece. Yes.
That's really nice.
So with
for an
8 foot,
entry.
8 foot ceilings,
That'll
9 foot
accommodate-
ceilings.
Yeah.
You
No, it's
have
nice.
you have the
And-
look. I'm sorry.
No, that's great. And then sort of again, sort of a more of a traditional piece. Very pretty there with a sort of cage look without the glass, like you're saying, trending without the glass.
There's another wonderful look.
Nice.
It's a cage. It's a geometric shape. Look at the square candle covers.
Yeah, I like the square. Makes it kind of modern, but there's still a softness to it because I know those are LED, but the bulbs give off sort of an incandescent glow. They're not that original bluey cold light, huh?
And yes.
Now, is
and
that two different colors?
It is. I was about to mention that to you.
Okay.
That's contrasting browns. There's a lighter brown, almost a summer gold,
Yeah.
and the oil rub bronze.
Love that.
Cage again,
cage
oil
look.
rub bronze with early electric bulbs.
Are you seeing oil rub bronze? I'm seeing a lot more of grays and blacks than the browns. Are they still doing the oil rub bronze?
Oil rub bronze are very, very, very popular. There's that new
Right.
gold again, Rich.
Yeah, I love it. Again, not like the old shiny brass, a very
No.
reinvented image. I like the two-tone there, Bruce. The black and then the gold.
And look
sort
at the crystal offsets.
Wow, yeah, those caps.
The crystal bobishes. Yeah, they look very,
beautiful,
very nice.
beautiful. And you know what's funny about it? The different color shows more of the depth of the piece, I think, as well. There's another open fixture.
Open fixture
Were they
again,
going
minus the
open-
glass.
Were they going open because often these fixtures are very high in the new construction, so it's just easier to maintain, or is it just a part of the look?
It's the look. It's the look. It's the ease of maintenance of the piece.
Sure.
Easier to reach the bulbs.
Right. Oh, yeah, just to reach the bulbs. Although with the LED
Yeah,
bulbs now, you
you don't
buy
have
an
to reach
LED
them
bulb, you
anymore.
don't really have to really reach them anymore.
Right,
But
right.
the issue with the dust, I think, it's just so much easier to maintain. Again, we have a lot of these pieces are bigger, so probably they're higher ceilings, right, and bigger voluminous
Right,
spaces
right.
in new construction.
What we've also found, again, and we talked about it earlier, was the size of the feature, the size of the fixture.
Sure.
They tend to be just about 20% larger than what you would
Normally-
you would have used
Right.
years ago.
Right.
Just to get the overall look
Right.
and the appearance of the piece a little more into the environment.
Let's talk a little bit about, there's the drum fixture. Now, you know me. The
You
one
love drum shit.
Look, how
drum
many
shades.
times have I sold that beautiful and different color shades? The one to the back there with the sort of very clean white drum shade there with the metal rim. What a great piece that is, and very valued priced as well.
Very, very inexpensive.
Drums are a great way to make your traditional dining room transitional without doing anything else. You could take a 90s dining room that's burgundy and gold and change out that brass fixture to one of those gorgeous drum fixtures, change out the paint, and you have a transitional space, right? Lighting definitely is transformative. And a lot of varieties on the classic drum, don't you think?
Correct. They can be shade oriented. They could be metal. There's a metal piece right there that we just
Yeah.
went by. There's your piece that you love with the downlight.
Yeah.
They could be multi levels.
And I even see one that looks like it's a drum, but it's actually a pendant.
Yes,
Yeah.
they come in all different sizes.
Yeah.
So
And there's that metal cage over the drum, which is that's really pretty.
that all is reclaimed metal.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful piece. The piece is from a company called Veriluz, which does a lot of sustainable product. All of them actually are sustainable.
Now, Bruce, the bottom piece on these drum fixtures, is that like a diffuser? What is that piece? Does it spread the light out, or is it just because it's finished because you're looking up
The bottom on those
Love that
fixtures are diffusers.
Okay.
Yes, they're
Now, those I've done. You and I did those on a project together in northern New Jersey. Those are terrific. I don't know if, yeah, it's got a really nice industrial look, but again, not so modern, kind of transitional, right?
Yes. Now there's a cage with an early electric look.
I love it.
You can see the spiral of, again, early electric with a cage, and just an interesting touch to decorating. Again, you have presence of a piece. It doesn't disappear.
Exactly.
Most pieces today are not disappearing.
No.
So it's important to get a good look.
Exactly.
On a featured piece.
And that's a nice piece that
It's a shaded piece again.
Right.
It doesn't look like a shaded piece.
Well, you know what's nice about what you're showing here? You could have a traditional house, a farmhouse, a modern house, an apartment, a townhouse. These pieces are updated, but they still work well in different environments. I would say what you picked is very nice because it's very transitional.
They are exactly that.
But
Well
if you
said.
have a traditional home, as many of us do in Hunterdon and Mercer County, you could take some of these pieces, slightly update your look, but still be appropriate. They're not so modern that they're just out of sight, you know?
Correct.
Some of the pieces were statement pieces, but a lot of them were very much transitional. And I think a good opportunity to really update your home by just doing one piece,
That's correct.
right?
It's the least expensive way to make a major change in your home, and a major impact on a room setting.
Sure. Let's talk about the bulbs, the LED bulbs. Are people sort of getting it now with LED? I think they're finally getting it with LED.
They are. They
Yeah.
are. When they came out, people were confusing LEDs with the CFLs, the curlicues.
Oh, they were so ugly, the CFLs. See, people had a beautiful chandelier and the CFLs. I'm like, really? That's like cheesy. So what are you looking at here, Bruce? I guess this is lighting for a bathroom, perhaps?
Bathroom, yeah. These are LEDs
Nice.
from a company called WAC.
Okay.
That's a WAC display. Those flush mount pieces come in a variety of sizes
Yeah.
and finishes.
And perfect for if you have 8-foot ceiling, right? Because it's just
Yeah,
flush.
they're less than an inch in depth.
Terrific, just what you need.
These are bathroom pieces in greige and in brushed nickel,
Very clean looking,
and
nice.
very clean. Yep, not imposing,
No,
but
but overall style. Now this company Dwelled, I know you like them a lot.
part of WAC. They're wonderful fixtures. They're very well made, and they're well priced, Richard.
And sort of a classic look, and that goes back to the linear pieces. Again, a lot of linear, right?
A lot of linear.
Spheres, but then also linear.
Linear and spheres are very popular, and random shapes, whether they be diamonds or whether they be orbs or whether they be blocks.
Do you find that using more than one finish on a piece just changes the look of the piece as opposed to just being one
I
color?
think it gives it a lot of depth. I think it gives it the contrast and just a different look, just an elegance that you don't get with just with one monotone.
Right, right.
I do agree with you.
Now, are the bulbs themselves changing as we speak? Because I see some of the bulbs that have the filament. First of all, are there different companies that make these bulbs that show the filament? Is that sort of?
Yes.
Am I just generically saying?
A wide variety of companies that manufacture these bulbs. Some very good, some very poor.
Nice piece in your store. Whose is that? That's a nice
That
piece.
is a beautiful piece that I just picked up in Dallas. That is a company called Frederick Raymond, and they have a lot of brand new, very elegant, well-designed pieces.
Beautiful, actually. Now, what are the actual, like the slots themselves? Are they metal or are they, what are they? Oh, that's a different piece that's also very nice. That's right next to it with the filament bulbs. But that first piece that showed where it was sort of segmented, is that a metal?
The piece that you just saw is in fact metal.
Okay.
Looks like wood, but they're metal.
They do look like wood.
There it is again, and it's a Lisa McClendon piece. She's a designer well known throughout the world.
Really
and
sharp.
she just designed that. Yeah, it's called Infinity.
Really nice. Because in fact, it almost looks like you're looking into a mirror, right? Because it just sort of...
Exactly the look that she was after. So if you look at that on the edge, it looks like you're looking at multiple mirrors. Beautiful piece.
Now,
There
I
it
wonder
is.
how that affects the light. Does it have sort of a dappled appearance of the light? Do you see how it's sort of reflecting upon to itself?
It diffuses the light a bit, but it also generates a different, very warm look to the room. And again, all of those bulbs are dimmable,
Mm-hmm.
so you can create the mood with a
How
dimmer.
about even color with some of these bulbs, Bruce? Because once you put them on a dimmer, I would think as the amount of energy that goes through, you'd pick up sort of like an amber glow on some of these things, right?
Depending upon the bulb.
Oh, not necessarily. Do some of these bulbs that have a big reveal, do they not go that way color-wise? Do they stay pure white?
Well, the LED, the intensity increases and decreases. The color will stay
Doesn't?
the same. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the color will stay the same.
Now, is that all LEDs like that?
It's all lighting.
No, but does some of it sort of, you know how bulbs sometimes as they get dimmer, the color sort of
Yes,
changes?
yes. With incandescent bulbs, exactly. You
Oh,
would
but
get,
not with LED.
well, with some LEDs, the bulb color can also change from
see
the
that-
color of the outside of the bulb,
Right.
the actual glass.
Right.
We use amber glass on some of these globes.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
I've on that fixture, I've put clear and amber globes so you can see the difference.
I pick up the warm glow, and I think that adds to it.
It
a lot.
does. It does.
Definitely. So, Bruce, we're just about 3 minutes left. I wanted for those who are going to be watching the show and say, you know what, let's change out our lighting. We got to get that Williamsburg brass piece out and do something. If you were to sort of go out and take a look and you were going to do a dining room piece, what appeals to you right now? Would you say something linear because it's a dining room? Would you say maybe a drum fixture because it has that sort of a room that's probably a rectangle? It's nice to have a different shape, or maybe something that's geometric. What would you go for? Let's say you're going to redo your dining room. Let's change out the lighting to something a little bit more updated. What would you go to? You have good taste. You see everything. What do you think you'd go to?
Rich, I would take a look at the overall look of the room, what kind of furniture they have,
True.
what type of table, is it round, is it rectangular?
Big part of it, yeah.
The size is very important.
Right.
So dimensionally, I would go with something that would conform with the table and the room size.
Right.
I'd also take into consideration the surroundings. I like to use something that's eclectic, something that's not so much trendy.
Right.
However, I do like to modernize and update
When you
the
do
look.
it. Yeah.
So I would look for something clean, something a little different from the norm,
Right.
and something that meets the needs and the aesthetics of the customer themselves. I show them a multiple line of looks that are similar, but as you said, open and kind of today, as opposed to something that's very dated.
Dated, exactly. So in about a minute that we have left, you know, you're a lighting store that's thriving, where lighting stores are just going out of business left, right, and sideways. How can we find you? Because I'll be there too. So how can we find you?
We are in.
You're a
the
Flemington Fan and Lighting.
Flemington Lighting and Fan, correct. We're in the 100 Commons Shopping Center, which is on 202 and 31.
Right, 176.
176 Route 202,
230.
31, right next to Beans Toyota.
Sure.
Across the street, a lot of people know where this is.
Right.
The inspection station.
Exactly. And a phone number.
The phone number is 908-782-8288, and our email address is flemingtonlighting.com. Pretty simple.
Right. And then all right, so we have all that together. Well, you know,
www.
as you can see, you know, by taking a look at some of the video that Connor shot today, your stuff is really innovative. Now, there are more traditional pieces still in there. We focused
Correct.
on some of the new stuff. So if you're looking to do something very traditional, it is all there. It's a 6,000 square foot showroom full of unbelievable and wonderful details. Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you for having me, Richard.
Okay.